Hello yogis, I'm Sonia and I'm so happy that you're joining me for this beginner Hatha yoga class filmed on the beautiful coast of British Columbia. This is a slow-paced, full-body flow designed to help you move with ease and to build flexibility, strength, and balance. I recommend having blocks, yoga straps, and bolsters nearby, although blankets and pillows work just fine to help you ease into certain poses. The breath is our foundation in yoga, so first find a seated position. Place a hand over your heart, a hand over your belly, and close your eyes. Notice the flow of air moving through the nose, down the throat, into the lungs, the belly softly rising and falling. Hatha Yoga teaches us about balancing the dual energies of the universe, the sun and the moon, action and inertia, strength, ease, finding a middle way between these dualities. And so we will now practice box breathing in order to find that balance within. We will inhale, hold the breath at the top, exhale, and hold the breath at the bottom for equal counts of 4. Exhale fully, and we'll breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold at the bottom, 2, 3, 4. Deep inhale and exhale with a sigh. Let's start in child's pose, balasana. To do so, keep your knees together or as wide as you wish, with your toes touching and the tops of the feet placed on the mat. One possible goal is to bring your sits bones to your heels and your forehead to the floor. Arms are extended straight out in front of you, or you may cross them under your forehead. Feel free to use your blanket here to place them under your hips or under your belly, depending on your level of mobility and flexibility. Breathe in fully through the nose, and breathe out to release, surrendering your muscles and letting gravity pull your body deeper into this position. And be aware of how your body and your mind feels in this position. All experiences are totally valid. And just a gentle reminder, sharp pain is the body's signal to ease out of the pose. Begin to lift your torso, finding tabletop, placing the shoulders above wrists and hips above knees. Consider placing a blanket under your knees if you have any discomfort. Our next pose is balancing table, Dandayamana Varmanasana. Lift your left arm straight in front of you while simultaneously raising the right leg, letting both limbs be parallel to the mat. Tuck your tailbone down slightly while squeezing the muscles in your core to allow for a flat back. Focus your gaze directly below you to maintain a strong balance. Lower the arm and leg. We'll repeat this on the other side, raising the right arm and left leg simultaneously. Engage the muscles in your legs and your core to create stability and breathe through any discomfort. And we will lower down. Now, tuck the toes under and begin to sit back onto the heels for Thunderbolt Pose, Vajrasana. This pose targets the intrinsic muscles of the feet, the Achilles tendon, and plantar fascia. It might be quite an intense stretch for you. If so, place your hands in front of your knees. The soles of your feet are rich in nerve endings and reflex points that correspond to various systems and organs in the body. So by doing this, we can boost kidney and liver function, calm the nervous system, help with digestion, and blood flow. Place your hands on the mat a couple feet in front of you and begin to lift your hips up to the sky for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend one knee at a time, the opposite heel is reaching towards the mat. Press evenly into all portions of your hands and spread your fingers wide. Relax the shoulders and the neck and bring your belly button in towards your spine. Let the chest gently reach towards the thighs as you maintain a steady, comfortable breathing pattern. In this pose, we are finding a balance between the yogic principles of sthira and sukha, strength and ease. Now, step the right foot in between your hands, adjusting so that the knee is directly above the ankle. Then drop the back heel inwards at an angle and lift your arms and chest up to the sky for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Do your best to square your hips forward while lengthening the spine. Reconnecting with your breath once again. Open your hips to the side, turning your back toes out and spreading your arms wide for Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Look over your front fingertips and be sure that your torso isn't tilted forward. We want a straight spine. Now inhale deeply through the nose, and as you exhale, sink into the hips. Invite your body to explore extended side angle pose, Utthita Parshva Konasana, by placing the right elbow above the knee or the hand on a block, the mat, in front of or behind the front foot. Lifting the left arm overhead, creating a straight line from the lifted arm's fingertips all the way to the back heel. Turn the torso in, lowering the left hand to the mat and placing the right hand on the opposite side of the foot. Step the left leg in to meet the right and begin to lower the hips, raising the chest and arms for Utkatasana, chair pose. Creating a flat back by tucking the tailbone in slightly and shifting the weight into our heels. Squeeze your abdominal muscles, stay lifted, and breathe through the burn. For 3, 2, 1, rise to standing. Awesome job, yogis. Let's move into tree pose, Vrikshasana. Shift 80% of your weight into the right leg. Then take your left toes, placing them on the mat. Sole of the foot presses against the other ankle. Begin to open the knee. Now you can stay here or lift that left foot on the inside of the shin or inner thigh. Once you've found your stability, place your hands in prayer at heart center. And if you'd like, you can express your tree by raising your arms overhead in whichever way you'd like. To come out of this pose, we will turn our left knee in and then place the foot on the mat. Shifting our weight into the left leg now, we'll take the right foot and place it on the mat, the inner shin or inner thigh. Use your hands to guide your hips to a level position. If you are tilting to either side, you may need to lower the leg. Find a point of focus in front of you, your drishti, then raise your arms to the sky for full expression of tree pose. And as always, wobbling is okay, falling out of a pose is okay. It's all just play. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. Hands come to the hips, knee turns in and lower the leg. We'll make our way to the top of the mat. Warrior one, step the right foot back, drop the heel inwards, raise your arms to the sky, your chest is facing forward. Sink into the hips and make sure that the front knee is above the ankle. Also, if you look at my screen, there's a cute little dog in the corner. Say hello to the doggy. And another one is going to show up soon too, which was quite a delight. Inhale. And exhale, warrior two, open the hips, arms spread wide. And you can take this time now to contemplate or even embody the symbolism behind this pose, which is that of a fierce mythical warrior. Extended side angle, left elbow above the knee or hand on the mat. Right arm raises over the ear. You can gaze forward or upwards. And be sure to lower your hips so that you have a straight line from your fingertips to your heel. Turn your torso in, placing the hands on opposite side of the foot. This time we're going to step back into plank pose. Knees come to the mat, lower all the way down. Untuck the back toes with your hands by your chest and elbows near ribs. Peel the chest upwards by pushing into your hands for cobra pose, bhujangasana. Activate the deeper muscles of your back to extend from the spine. This also requires strength in your arms as force is moving through the wrists, the elbows, and shoulders. Try not to crunch too much in the lower back. Instead, you are bending from the upper spine. And breathe deeply here. Now begin to bend the knees, shifting the hips back, sitting to the sides of your feet, and bringing your legs out in front of you. Sit with a tall spine for staff pose Dandasana, raising the arms to the sky, bringing your belly button in towards your spine, and keep your toes pointed upward by engaging your legs. You can sit on a cushion or a blanket to help with this posture. Although it may look easy, there are a lot of muscles being used here to maintain this 90-degree angle. Breathe in fully, extending the spine. And then exhale, fall over your thighs for seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. You may keep a slight bend in your knees to bring your belly closer towards your thighs. This is where a yoga strap might help to lengthen the spine and keep it straight rather than arching it too much. This pose stretches the entire backside of your body, from the ridge of your brow all the way to the soles of your feet. Go ahead now and take 5 slow, smooth breaths. Start to raise the chest. We're going to transition onto our back, placing the soles of our feet on the mat near our sits bones. Our next pose will be bridge, Setu Bandhasana. With your arms by your side, palms facing down, squeeze your core, your glutes, and your thighs to lift your hips up, maintaining a neutral position in your neck. And you have the option here to roll your shoulders under and clasp your fingers together. Come back to your steady breath. On your next exhale, lower the hips to the mat. We'll bring our feet together and find belly twist, Jatara Parivriti, by letting the knees fall to the left-hand side. Arms go wide and gaze is in the opposite direction. You can place a blanket or pillow under the knees for a less intense stretch. This is a wonderful release of the low back. And how does it feel to breathe in this twist? Raise the knees, slowly rotating over to the other side with your head facing in the opposite direction. And bring the knees up. We'll extend our legs straight, finding our final resting pose, Savasana, which is said to be the easiest asana to perform, but the hardest to master. I'm showing you my point of view at the sky. So beautiful and peaceful. As you lay here, let your body surrender to the floor, feeling your heels, calves, thighs, the back of your rib cage, thoracic spine, your shoulder blades, and the back of your head on the mat. Let everything fall heavy. How does your breath compare to the beginning of practice? Does your body feel quiet? Does your mind experience stillness or activity? Can you be aware of all this, including your breath, but not controlling it, simply observing? You may stay here as long as you'd like, or when you're ready, begin to wake up the body by wiggling the toes and the fingers and coming up to a seated position at your own pace. I hope you enjoyed this class. My name is Sanya, and I will see you in our next yoga class. Namaste.